Hola, Phil. Hola, Bill. I see you taking my advice and taking the Rosetta Stone. Yeah. How was your trip to Mexico? Oh, awesome. I also stopped at Costa Rica and got this ginormous chewing bone. Bill, that's a maraca. What do you want me to do with this now? Throw it in the Panama Canal? A sliver of man-made river that lets boats pass into Panama? Well, since you put it like that, yes. Since you're finding abstract ways to kill my dreams, you must be Picasso. Yes, I am. I paint, and I'm from Spain. Da, 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 da. Oh, oh, oh. No time to muck. Help me find out where to go next. Well, you can go to Cuba since we started trading with them again, and you can go see the statue of John Lennon. Do they speak Spanish there? They sure do, Bill. Thanks for helping me. Remind me of Costa Rica. How? They have no military or army of any kind. Let's go to some Spanish-speaking countries. Yeah, let's go! First is Chile, or as they like to call it, País de Poetas, country of poets. Why? 2 people there won the Nobel Peace Prize in Literature. I've heard of them, Gabriel Mistral, 1945, and Pablo Neruda, 1971. Correct! Next is Argentina. Ever heard of the tango? Have I? And the crowd goes wild! You know, the tango began in Buenos Aires in Argentina. The trick to a good tango is good music. Speaking of good music, the Beatles were so good they caught the eyes of Fidel Castro of Cuba, so they made a statue of John Lennon, a singer for the Beatles. Yeah, gotta love a good hello goodbye. It'll be kind of hard to say hello or goodbye to a human in Uruguay. 9,712,000 sheep live there, and there are only 3,432,000 people. That's good, because most of my friends are sheep. Some wolves, but mostly sheep. Phil, time to get new friends. Yeah, hands you clapped instead of ring doorbells in Paraguay. What? Yeah, because they're hot climate, people often leave their windows open, so instead of using money on electricity, they just clap their hands. So yeah, clapping. But if I came and clapped outside your door, I would bring you potatoes that were once native to what is now Peru. Nature is amazing. I mean, Bolivia made the first debt for nature swap. They had a lot of debt, but they also had a lot of nature. So instead of paying off their debt and destroying nature, they made preserves for nature and got rid of their debt. That's good. You know, Ecuador was so proud that the equator runs through it, they named the whole country after it. That's nice and all, but does Ecuador have a shoreline on both the Atlantic and the Pacific Ocean like Colombia? That's quite nice, but can you choose to take school at morning or at night? You can in Venezuela. Yeah, but it doesn't matter when you go to school if you don't have any place to go when you're not at school. Nicaragua has many lakes, volcanoes, and beaches. Well, you might not want to visit Honduras if you live in Nicaragua. They had some tension because Honduras was training people who ended up having guerrilla warfare against people in Nicaragua. I'm glad it didn't bring a downfall of one of the 2 countries. I want both to be as old as the Dominican Republic, or Republica Dominicana, the oldest country in all of the Americas. Are all Spanish-speaking countries in the Americas? Nope, there's a Spanish-speaking country in Europe, Spain, and there's also one in Africa, Equatorial Guinea, where the life expectancy is 51. Oh, man. I'm 10 years away, guys. Well, on that note, El Salvador has many frequent earthquakes and is much smaller than the state of Massachusetts. Good thing there are no earthquakes in Guatemala. There are ancient Mayan ruins and I don't want them to collapse. Well, stone tools have been found in Mexico from long before the Mayans. Well, you know what's neat? You don't have to have a passport if you live in the United States and you're traveling to Puerto Rico, because Puerto Rico is a USA territory. Yeah, I think I found out where you'll go next. That was fun. I'd love to do this again sometime. I'm sure we will, Bill. I'm sure we will.